Hi, folks. Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, thanks for tuning in the podcast. I certainly appreciate you guys being here. Oh, my gosh. It's quarantine world, and we've got some really cool interview to share with you today. But first, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Chris Voss. Also, share with your friends, neighbors, relatives, dogs, cats, mistresses, pool boys. Go to thecvpn.com or chrisvosspodcast.com. You can subscribe to all 8 of our podcasts over there and check out everything we do. Today, we have a major CEO on the show with an incredible startup launch story. So we'll get into that. It's the CEO and co-founder of Felix Gray, David Roger. David is the CEO co-founder, which pioneered the blue light glasses space with their company, Felix Gray. They're a leader in the category, and the company's mission was to empower people to live longer, healthier, and more productive lives in today's screen-filled world. David and his co-founder, Chris, come from roles in technology and finance that required long hours in front of screens. After a while, they decided to change their lives by offering high-quality filter lenses that filter out the blue light and eliminate glare. And they're set in beautifully handcrafted Italian acetate frames. They embed a proprietary blue light filtering technology within the lenses, and they're both effective and virtually clear, and they have helped create over 400,000 happy eyes. Welcome to the show, David. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome sauce. So before we get into Felix Gray and stuff, give us the website if you can too, so we can get that plugged. But let's talk about you and how you got there.
Yeah, so it's Felix Gray, FELIXGRAY. We went with the English spelling, and it's shopfelixgray.com.
Shopfelixgray.com. So give us a lowdown on, David, some of your background and kind of what got you to this point.
Yeah, sure. So right out of college, I went to work for the CEO of Zappos, Tony Hsieh, on his project called Downtown Project to revitalize downtown Las Vegas. So essentially, that's where Zappos is based. He put in $350 million of his own money into that project. We were treating real estate development a lot like software, and we had no idea if these projects were going to make money or lose money. My job was to figure that out. So I got kind of thrown into the deep end and just had to swim. It was a really, really cool job, building a lot of restaurants and bars and ways to get people to be excited about coming to the area. But it meant being in front of Excel for 12 hours a day, financial modeling. And my eyes just started to absolutely kill me. And at the same time, a lot of my friends and coworkers were complaining about similar issues. And everyone's in front of a screen and half of them were complaining about it. And so started wondering, why is this a thing? And can there be a solution? And so I started talking to optometrists and ophthalmologists and learned that a lot of what these issues are, the eye fatigue, the dry eyes, the blurry vision, the headaches, that stuff that gets categorized as digital eye strain or computer vision syndrome. A lot of that has to do with what screens produce, blue light and glare. So if you can actually filter blue light, eliminate glare, you create a more comfortable experience in front of the screen. That's how Felix Gray started. Happy to talk more about it.
Awesome sauce. So this is a pretty cool thing. I lived in Vegas during that time. I love what Tony did. In fact, I think I helped Tony launch his first book. And the first book that he wrote about his origin story. And then what he did you guys did for Las Vegas was just great, man. I remember a couple times where I went east of Las Vegas at Boulevard, into the Fremont area. Well, you call it East Fremont, and I was in fear for my life several times before.
It could get pretty sketchy.
Yeah, it could get pretty sketchy, and you just didn't go in that area. It was like no man's land. If you wanted to survive, and what he did in going in and revamping that whole area, investing in it and stuff. I know he took some lumps from the press over it and some other issues, but long term, it was great for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The restaurants, the kitschy restaurants that got put up in there were really great. In fact, I'm still friends with a couple people who were funded by him. One of my friends, I'm trying to think of, she has the hydrant dog thing. You probably know her.
Sure. Yeah. The Kathy is
Kathy.
Yeah.
She's a wonderful person. I knew somebody else who owned one of the restaurants there, and but yeah, it was great. So you had that. You started this. What year did you guys start Felix Gray?
So I went to work for Downtown Project in 2013. My eyes started killing me, I'd say 4 months into the job. And this was like, it was an idea just rumbling around my head for quite some time. We didn't really get serious about it until 2015. But, doing in that time, the idea was, okay, there's these issues around blue light and glare that cause these problems around digital eye strain. But the stuff that existed at the time, uh, honestly, the lenses made you look like one of the X-Men. The lenses were orange, they were yellow, they looked like hunting goggles on your face. Meanwhile, I'm wearing a black t-shirt, I'm working at a startup, but I have friends, wearing suits, they're working at banks, and the idea was, okay, well, how do we create something that functionally works? It can filter blue light effectively, it can eliminate glare effectively, but it looks like a great pair of glasses that you can feel confident in wearing at the same time. So how do you have a way of filtering blue light that is in a clear lens, way of eliminating glare really effectively, and then how do you have these beautiful frames, Italian acetate, German metals, that really just make your eyes feel good, but make you feel good in who you are and what you're wearing as well.
Because glasses are kind of a personal sort of expression as well. So you want to look good in your glasses and stuff. One of the best things I've ever seen, or examples of like blue light just really have an impact in your eyes, is a lot of my friends that do PC gaming and some of our PC gaming audience. If you game on PC and then you immediately go to like your PS4 or something, you'll like go to your PS4 and your eyes just start burning out of your skull because of the blue light and the gamma that's in the PS4 units. And that's really noticeable. I'm sure anybody's noticed it if they've looked at their screen for way too long. You start getting those tired eyes, you start rubbing them and you're like, oh man, why are my eyes tired? It's because your eyes, they can't handle all that crap coming at them.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's exactly what, we say that Felix Gray is for everyone, right? So a lot of people are wearing it, they're students, they're, working at jobs that require a lot of time in computer use. But the fact is that, look, like when this wasn't in quarantine time, I would, get on the subway, I'd, read my iPad before work, open up my laptop, do work, read my iPad on the way home. I'd, exercise a little bit, eat some dinner, and then I watch some Netflix. Now I'm just watching more Netflix, really.
Don't tell your boss. Oh, wait, you are the boss.
Now I'm not reading. I got no commute anymore, so now it's just more TV. But the fact is that we're in front of screens all day, every day. We're constantly consuming things, and we need to, that is something that is going to be part of our lifestyle for, inevitably for, the course of human history, in my opinion. And so, how are we building technology and products that adapt to that new lifestyle, and how are we promoting a lifestyle that is focused on, in the screen field world, helping you feel happier, helping you feel more productive?
Yeah, and less stress on the eyes definitely helps, and making it so that you're not getting brain cramp. I've had migraines from stress on my eyes, or at least I think I have. They seem to be interconnected. Or I spend too much time on the computer, and I'll just start getting a migraine that hurts from my eyes. And I know on the Chris Voss Show we reviewed blue light lenses before, and they definitely make a difference. At one point, I kind of had to have some. I was having some sort of, I don't know, vitamin D low issue or something, and then I was having these immense headaches that were overcoming me, and they really helped me out in making a difference during that time I was going through it. And like I say, I have a lot of friends that we play different games on PC and PS4, and you just, like, when you switch to PS4 or from PC to PS4, it really hits you hard. Like, you have to sit there and go, okay, I need some time figure this out, man.
Yeah, we got a lot of customers that my co-founder Chris is a gamer, and my CTO is a gamer as well, and they're constantly talking about they're up till 2 a.m. playing video games. So pretty good. We run an eyewear company that helps solve this.
Definitely so. So you guys started this in 2016. You found your partner Chris, and you both had roles in technology and finance.
Yeah, it's a fun story actually. Happy to tell it. So I was working. So as I mentioned, I was at Downtown Project. I went and I started this. We raised me personally raised a small Indiegogo campaign, enough money for that first and minimum order quantity. This is back in 2015 actually. And then the summer 2015, I was starting to beta test different products and was introduced to Chris through a mutual friend. And Chris was at UBS's Global Asset Management at the time. He was doing quantitative stuff for their hedge fund. And, he came and said, like, look, I want to be a beta tester. My eyes are killing me and my vision's getting blurry. And I don't want to mess up at my job because my vision's, blurry. And he started beta testing the product. 3 months in, he loved it. He had started working part-time. And about 3-4 months after, we initially met, he ended up quitting and joining full-time as my co-founder in like late September 2015, before the company had even, launched and been a real thing.
Wow. And you guys have that's a very short time to go from there to where you guys have helped over 400,000 eyes. You've got an expansive website. It looks like you have several different things on the website. You've got optical, sleep, sun, kids glasses. Tell us about some of the different things that you have going on here.
Yeah, so the main product that we sell is this clear lens, right? This idea of how do we marry fashion with function? How does it look like a normal pair of glasses? We create a proprietary way of filtering blue light. So it really is this highly effective way at filtering blue light, eliminating glare, but looking like a clear lens. The other clear lenses that are on the market filter only about 2 to 3% of what blue light actually is producing from a screen. It's about at 455 nanometers, which is how you measure the light spectrum. We filter 15 times that. We filter 30% at 455 nanometers.
Oh,
so
wow.
Really important distinction. It's why 9 in 10 people who wear Felix Gray report significant improvement. But, as we grew the company, we first launched non-prescription, so people with contacts or 20/20, but then we launched prescription lenses. So, that's grown as part of our business. And then we're hearing a lot of our customers talk about how blue light is affecting them from sleeping as well at night. And that's been clinically shown. There's Harvard studies dating back, and, in, I think, 2009 is the Harvard study that came out basically showing that overexposure to blue light can suppress melatonin. It will suppress melatonin, and that prevents us from going to sleep as quickly. It prevents us from sleeping as well when we are sleeping. And so, we created a second product, which is basically taking this proprietary blue light filtering solution we made. We put more into the lens, so it is actually a tinted version of the lens, but, you're wearing it when you wear sweatpants around the house late at night, and it's actually clinically shown to improve melatonin secretion by 2 times. Wow. So, yeah, that's a really, really cool product. That's awesome to check out.
I probably need that because my problem is I know that if I wake up, and I've got dogs, and they need to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night sometimes, and so they'll wake me up. And you go out, and then I just know that if I look at that phone,
You're toast.
I'm not going back to sleep. And it's that blue light and everything else that hits you and wakes up your brain. And I know that my mother is a big believer. She loves taking melatonin before she goes to bed. It's a real issue for her to sleep well. And so she actually takes melatonin and helps knock her out. And she even talks about the same thing too. She'll tell me, I'll call her. She'll tell me, she'll be like, yeah, I started looking at the phone last night. I didn't sleep well. And so it really is a factor. And there's, like you said, I think everyone's read these clinical studies that if you look at your phone in the middle of the night, you're going to have issues. And you got to do something about that. It's just a hell of a blast on your eye and your eyeballs.
Well, if you think about it, blue light is part of, the visible light spectrum, right? So, the sun includes blue light, includes all arrays of the visible light spectrum. And then, UV light as well, et cetera. And so, when we were cavemen, cave women, sun would rise, you get out of our cave. Okay, well, now you get some blue light. So now your melatonin's suppressed. You can, get along with your day. Your circadian rhythm is kind of, normalized. Sun sets, you go back to your cave, you go to sleep, and then you're done. In the last 10 years with LED screens and high energy like screens that, are great for the world, they're energy efficient. We need to have these screens anyway. We don't want, less energy efficient, devices, but it comes with negative consequences. We brought kind of the sun indoors, as blue light indoors, that's going to change our circadian rhythm. So again, we look at this as like technology is going to happen. Technology is a great thing. It is amazing that I have a phone that literally can tell me any answer I ever need, by asking it or typing a couple things, with my fingers. It's amazing. But there are some negative effects with that, and we're just creating technology to help us cope with those negative effects.
That's awesome, because we're just organic human beings when it comes down to it. I don't think a lot of people just give that attention to their eyes, especially young people. Young people really need to protect their eyes because my eyesight's gone bad over the years.
Yeah.
And then in one of my eyes, I have keratoconus, which is a sagging of the cornea. And you got to take care of your eyes, people. I know people tell you that when you're a kid, and they're like, "Yeah, gotta take care of your eyes," but no, it really is true. And I don't know about you, but I grew up in an era where we didn't really have computers much. I think my first computer was the Commodore 64. It probably dates me. But we grew up in an age without computers up until the time I think I was about 12. And even then, we really didn't get it, And I do remember I do remember the old days with my original office where you had to buy the radiation screens for
Oh,
the old
wow.
CRT monitors. Yeah, that's how old I am. That's at least a couple years ago.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Thanks, David. And so we used to have to do that, but that's probably why half of my brain damage is from those radiation screens. But taking care of your eyesight's really important. You see these kids now. They grow up, and from like 2 years old, they got that phone in front of their face.
When I'm on the subway or something, I'll see, a mom or dad with a kid in a stroller, and the kids, they're just trying to grab their parents' phone, and finally the parents are like, all right, here you go. Just go play a game. They know exactly what to do at like a year old. They're like already, playing on it. It's crazy. And that's why we ended up developing, kids eyewear as well. So, we really started around age 4. It's a little bit harder to do eyewear when you're too young. But,
they just want to eat the lenses when they're
they want to eat. So, so
I have
for
that
us,
problem now.
Yeah, me too, I guess. Maybe not glasses, but definitely other things. And so then you look at these kids, not only are they, in front of screens a ton for recreation, but then a lot of their schoolwork is now also done by iPads, done by computers, and especially now.
Especially now with the quarantine, yeah.
Of course. So, and that's only going to rise. We're kind of leveling up now with quarantine where people are culturally getting more and more accepted. They're accepting, technology more and more in any different way, whether it's a Zoom meeting as opposed to an in-person meeting or doing an online class. And so, we think that Felix Gray really is for everyone because at the end of the day, everyone is in front of a screen a lot.
And you guys make some really cool, if you go to the Felix Gray website at shopfelixgray.com, you can see their tab here. They've got kids small 4 through 8. And a nice selection of lenses for them in different colors and variations. There's kids large, ages 9 through 13, where they can do that. You guys have quite the selection of different lenses, and they all look really good.
Thanks.
And then tell us about your sunwear as well. You got sunwear on your guys' website.
Yes, so sunwear is definitely another product, and we realize essentially that when you're filtering blue light, you actually can create better color clarity. So a lot of sun lenses, they're just going to make everything look darker. That's not what we wanted to do. We want to say, okay, well, how do we create a great sunwear product? And if you're filtering blue light, we realize that, okay, you're actually just innately creating something better because it's a crisper color experience. It's like these beautiful colors that you're not going to get from a normal pair of sunglasses that's just making everything darker. And then we said, okay, well, how does that product match our belief in helping people live happier, healthier, more productive lives in today's screen-filled world? Well, we have a polarized lens, and polarization is a great thing to have. People should want that. But a lot of the issues around polarization is it makes your screens, particularly like your phone, look very prismy. So you'll see a lot of times people kind of will like lift up their sunglasses when they're reading something because they can't read their phone. We use a special thinner way of doing that polarization, so you can actually look at your phone or anything else without any problem. Which is pretty cool. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. We got to get a chance to review some of your guys' stuff. You guys have a fit guide on there so people can figure out what fits best for them. That's one of my challenges. I have such a large head. It's probably because I have such a big brain.
We just launched actually a new one. So we name all our frames after scientists and mathematicians.
Oh, really?
We launched we launched the Volta, which is the largest frame. But you can also, we have a chat function on site, so it's really easy to chat with a customer service person, ask them about what is the best fitting frame for your face. And you can actually email style@shopfelixgray.com too. You can send a selfie and we'll recommend the best frame for you.
Nice. And they're all 100% UVA and UVB protection, so that's always good to have.
Of course.
From what I understand, you don't want that sun scorching out your eyes.
You don't want that blue light. You don't want that UV either.
Is that what it is from the sun that messes with you? You need that 100% stuff?
Yeah, UV light. I mean, UV damages our skin. It damages our cornea.
Yeah.
It's that's why we wear sunscreen. This is sunscreen for our eyes, kind of.
Yeah, it's getting kind of crazy, all the stuff that goes on, and you hear about when the sun has its different flare-ups and like it can take down satellites and crap, and you're just like, really?
Well, if you think about it, it's kind of crazy. The sun's millions and millions of miles away, yet like I like it's a cold day and then I walk into the sun and I feel warm all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty crazy energy source.
Yeah, it's quite the stalker, the sun. So you guys have this done. You've distributed to 400,000 eyes. You got a beautiful website here. People can go on. They can do the fit guide. They can check out the optical lenses, the sleep lenses, the sun lenses. I probably need the sleep lenses because maybe that would help me go back to sleep. Because that, or sometimes I'll be, I'll get a ping or something in the morning, really early in the morning. Somebody calls me from back east, and I'm like, geez, what's going on here? And then I'm awake. Boom.
Yeah, I actually keep them right next to my bedside table. So
if
I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh, I thought of something, or I get a ping early in the morning, or right as I'm going to bed. I just put them on real quick, and at least that helps.
Yeah, then you go right back to sleep. Now the only glasses that I need, the one thing of glasses that I need is ones that are indestructible by dogs. Because I have two huskies.
I would say dogs are definitely a good friend of Felix Gray because they destroy glasses, and we'll offer discount, but you got to buy a pair.
I can't tell you. I used to keep my glasses in my bed, and every now and then you won't set them on the counter. You'll set them, in the bed because you're just like, I'm just gonna take them off. You rest them on your chest or something, and then you fall asleep, you roll over. And then I'll wake up the next morning, the dogs would like trample it, and you're just like, well, there goes those.
We got a lot of requests for discount codes on a second pair because something happened. Dogs are definitely if it was like a Family Feud board, dogs is definitely on the top of the list.
Serious, wow.
But the craziest ever was one person. They said that they got mugged, which is terrible, and people took their phone, their wallet, their AirPods, and then wanted their Felix Grays.
Sir.
Yeah, which is like wow. Yeah, we were like, okay, we feel really bad for you. We're going to send you a free pair, actually.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. This, that's just really going far. I want your glasses, Joe. So there you go. So pretty awesome. You guys can go to shopfelixgray.com, and they've actually got some really good education there. You can learn about ultraviolet light, blue light, other visible light, infrared light. 60% of all Americans report symptoms of digital eye strain, and this is increasing 7% per generation. Wow. 43% of Americans have jobs that require prolonged computer use. Of course, now, that's all we're doing, vegging out in quarantine. 1/3 of Americans spend 8 hours a day in front of their screen, and that's just on Pornhub. I'm just kidding. See. And, they can do all this stuff. You'll feel less tired in the morning. You'll sleep better, and you'll be easier to falling asleep. So there you go. I like to notice color distortion and stuff and some of the filters that you put on the lenses. I think the blue light filter lenses we tried, one of the problems was it would de-sharpen the image. What's the opposite of sharpen? And it would kind of look a little blurry, and we're like, well, I guess that's what you have to give and take. But it sounds like you guys have a better proprietary
you really
blend
on
on that.
Our clear product, it looks clear, so it's clear. But even our sleep product, which is tinted, it's pretty amazing that there's still this level of true color. So not everything's all of a sudden going to look yellow. It'll kind of look a little bit shade darker, but it'll look just as clear, and you're going to get a lot of those true colors still come out.
Nice. Anything more we need to know about you guys and what you guys are doing?
So, you can find us online, but, we're always doing some really interesting things, storytelling. If you check out try.shopfelixgray.com/notallbluelight, That's try.shopfelixgray.com/notallbluelight. You can actually walk through the different lenses that are offered in the market, competitor lenses versus ours, and how that stuff actually stacks up. So,
Oh, wow.
we look at this as a, as the leader in the space and really the thought leader as well, how to help consumers navigate this space, because it's getting more crowded. And a lot of these companies are just, prescription companies or sunwear companies that just want to offer another product. They don't really know what blue light is. They just want to buy something from China, say, hey, look, it checks the blue light mark, and there it goes. But you're paying for placebo at that point. And so our job is, let's help consumers navigate and understand, okay, this is why, different lenses are priced differently. And this is why, if you're paying the same price as us, you better be getting a good quality lens. And that's kind of hard to do if you're not buying from Felix Gray.
Most definitely. It sounds like you guys have really got an innovation and a lock on the market and what you guys are doing. You guys can go to shopfelixgray.com. And thanks to David for being on the show with us and sharing all the stuff and all the stuff. And I guess you're wearing Felix Gray right now, currently, too.
Yeah, I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing the
All
hair.
right, there you go. He not only does he sell the product, he wears it. So
now we got to get you a pair of the big head Voltas.
there you go. We'll wear them during the show. And
I'll tell you, we launched it, and like a week and a half later, it sold out. So there's plenty of other big head brethren that you can make a club with.
Lots of guys with large brains. Or
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Mostly it's that plate in my head from
Large
Vietnam.
brains, you just got to use them,
All right, guys. Well, we certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Be sure to check out shopfelixgray.com and be sure to subscribe to the show. Tell your friends, neighbors, relatives to subscribe to the show as well. They can go to thecvpn.com or chrisvosspodcastnetwork.com. Holy crap, there's like 8 podcasts over there. Go listen to them, because what the hell else are you going to do? I mean, you're going to watch the Tiger King thing on Netflix? No, you don't want to watch that. This sounds like awful. I haven't even watched it. So be sure to subscribe to the podcast. There's 300 episodes of the podcast up. So if you want to go listen to every podcast that the Chris Voss Show has done, let me know when you're done with it. And
listen in chronological order, starting from up top with
Felix. There you go. Start with Felix Gray and just move right on down. But we certainly appreciate you guys being here and tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for having me.